In a quiet neighborhood of the city lived a young man named Adam. He was gentle, soft-spoken, fond of books, and loved playing his guitar on cool autumn evenings. But something inside him began to shift after his family left on a sudden trip, leaving him alone in the house. At first, it was just the usual loneliness. Nothing unusual, but soon strange thoughts began to creep into his mind like unwanted visitors. One morning, as he stood in the kitchen making coffee, his eyes caught the bread knife on the counter. Out of nowhere, a disturbing image flashed through his mind, a stab, blood, a terrified face. His body jolted, the coffee mug slipped from his hands and shattered on the floor. "What was that?" he whispered to himself, horrified. His heart raced, his hands trembled. He began avoiding the kitchen altogether, afraid to even look at the knives, afraid of himself. The thoughts didn't stop. At night, he'd wonder, did I go outside? Did I actually hurt someone and forget? What if I'm dangerous? Everything around him felt unreal, as if his mind had created a dark world from which he couldn't escape. He was terrified, not of others, but of the storm inside his own head. Then one morning, scrolling through the internet in desperation, he read a single line that changed everything. Those who fear their intrusive thoughts the most are the least likely to act on them, because they have a conscience and a kind heart. That sentence became his anchor. Adam decided to seek help. He saw a therapist, and after a few sessions, he was diagnosed with Obsessive-Compulsive disorder, OCD, specifically a type with violent intrusive thoughts. He wasn't crazy. He was just a person in pain, carrying thoughts he never asked for. Over time, Adam learned how to sit with those thoughts without believing them. He realized they didn't define him. They weren't commands, they were just thoughts. One morning, months later, Adam walked into the kitchen, calmly picked up the knife, sliced a piece of bread, and made himself a sandwich with a quiet, peaceful smile. At last, the knife was silent, and Adam's mind was too.